It's now been 1 week ever since IPL 2023 has begun. Close to 10 games have been played. But what is the common trend that we are seeing? And T20I game, it's say, if you may say, shorter the format, shorter the game time, isn't it? But what are we seeing in IPL 2023? Every single game that has been played so far, you've seen close to 4 hours of T20 action, and at the same time you're seeing matches that are ending close to midnight. Look at our lives. When do we go for the post match? After the end of every single game. Either by God's grace it is 11:15, maximum 11:30. That is the time we go live. 11:30 or 11:35. 4 hours for a T20I game. And do you wonder why Joss Butler, one of the best white ball cricketers of all time now, why would he tweet such a thing saying that let's speed up the pace of play with the hands folded? Why? It is evident that the IPL has got a major problem, and that is time. You know what are the playing conditions for the IPL? You will be shocked and you'll be amazed at how far the teams have actually exceeded. So what is the basic playing conditions that are there in the IPL when it comes to governing of time? Okay. Every match in the IPL, yes, every single match in the IPL has exceeded the limit, the time limit. What is the time limit? 20th over. The 20th over has to begin within 90 minutes. So suppose if you start the 20th over by the 89th minute, then 3 or 4 minutes, 93 minutes. At max, 93 to 94 minutes. That is the time that you have to take to complete one innings. Then the basic rule, taking into account all the strategic timeouts, taking into account all the delays that are there, an IPL match has to end in 3 hours and 20 minutes. That is the guideline. So 3 hours and 20 minutes means the game has to finish by 10:50 p.m. IST. But has it happened? No, it has not happened. I'll just give you a data as to how much time it has taken for each team to complete certain innings. The numbers that are there are simply staggering. GT versus CSK. Let us go to the first opening game itself. You all have to know that GT CSK game was anyway delayed by some time because of the opening ceremony, right? The opening ceremony ate up a lot of time, but look at how much the first innings took. It took you 120 minutes or 2 hours. 2 hours to bowl 20 overs. That means 10 overs per hour. That is even more shocking than a test match. The second innings took 103. So overall, 223 minutes, meaning you have conceded close to 3 hours and 45 minutes. Play has exceeded by 25 minutes. PBKS versus Kolkata Knight Riders. First innings 103, second innings 86. But remember, even that 86, when it was called off because of rain, it does not take into account the 30 minutes that were lost due to a power cut. So still, it exceeded time. LSG versus DC at the Ekana Stadium. 107 minutes was the first innings. The second innings, a staggering 112, 219 minutes. SRH versus R, 107, 112. RCB versus MI. The RCB bowlers in the first innings took 122 minutes, meaning they exceeded time by 32 minutes. And second innings, thanks to Virat Kohli and Faf du Plessis' exploits, mercifully the innings ended in 78 minutes. So that is why they were before time. CSK versus LSG. Now this is a major bone of contention. First innings 108 minutes, second innings 112 minutes. DC GT 111 and 107. And yesterday in the Kolkata Knight Riders versus RCB game, the first innings was 109 minutes, exceeded by 19 minutes. The second innings was 92. Now you'll say, the second innings ended on time, but no, 17.4 overs were bowled. Had they continued for another 2.2 overs, they would have well breached the 100-minute mark. Why are so many delays happening? And why have the umpires been so lax about it? The only provision and the only deterrent for a punishment is that any overs after 90 minutes, minimum of 5 fielders inside the circle. Wow, that is really a massive punishment if you have to look at it. It may impact the team in a low scoring game. Supposing you need 31 say of 12 balls or 30 needed of 18 balls. If then you have 5 fielders inside the circle, perhaps it may impact you at that time. But most of the time the umpire does not even want to enforce it. Only one game has seen the penalty. Now which game was that? CSK versus LSG. That is why MS Dhoni gave that comment that if there are 2 more warnings, there will be a new captain. That is why he was very unhappy with the wides, the no balls that the CSK bowlers bowled towards the end. That is the reason why CSK now, through this data and through other reports, we finally know that CSK were the one who were penalized. And that is why MS Dhoni, 2 more warnings, he'll be banned for 1 more game. But why are there so many delays? The first major bottleneck, and we at Sports Today have discussed this ad nauseum, review of the no ball and the wides. That is taking far too much time. It was a novelty in the WPL, but the administrators seem to have forgotten one basic thing. The women bowlers take lot less time to complete their overs. The men do not. That is the basic problem in this. Reviewing of the wides and no balls, in addition to the strategic timeouts and the mid-pitch conferences, is seeing big time losses. These are the 2 factors. This review of the no ball and the wides is proving to be a major issue when it comes to time, because every single time the process to check the replay and everything takes up at least 3 to 4 minutes. Sometimes it can take even 5 to 6 minutes also, depending on whether it is a close one or it is far from obvious. Only CSK have been penalized against LSG, and there is a reason. You all have to understand as to why the time to begin the IPL was brought back from 8 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. because according to a report in the Indian Express, the host broadcasters were worried about the dip in the viewership ratings. And IPL TV ratings, it was pointed out in the research and in the study that IPL TV ratings dipped after 10:45 p.m. IST. That is the reason why the IPL had a they had a time guideline, 3 hours and 20 minutes. 3 hours 20 minutes means 10:50 p.m. IST. They were worried that if it exceeds after 8 o'clock, 10:45 onwards, it would exceed, the ratings would fall. Here, every match is ending by 11:15 or 11:30. Why? It is because of these 2 factors. Now, who is suffering from this impact? Fans, because fans may stay, some may stay near, but for example, Barsapara, the stadium is quite far away. Some fans will have to travel lots of kilometers in order to get to the stadium. And when the match is finished and when they have to go back, conveyance and transportation becomes a massive issue in some centers. But the fans have to silently bear the pain of it. Broadcasting. How can, if it has been established that ratings dip after 10:45 p.m. IST, what is the guarantee that TV ratings will be up, say, when a study comes 2 weeks into the IPL, 3 weeks into the IPL, TV ratings have soared? How will that happen? Every single delay is making the host broadcasters worried. Remember, 92 to 93 minutes, that's when it should end. By 10:55, max 11 o'clock, the game should have ended. But it is not happening. Yesterday, KKR RCB, it was very lucky that RCB got bowled out in 17.4. Otherwise, that also would have exceeded and would have gone to 11:15, 11:20. The IPL has a serious issue. If they cannot ensure that the format is crisp and time is the ultimate issue, then they'll have to work around it. They'll have to tell the umpires, will have to tell the players to make a move on. It is very ironical that in some games the umpires are telling the bowlers to hurry up in the end. But why couldn't they have done it even earlier? This is the major problem. The umpires have to take a stand and then say, yes, we have to finish on time. We have a duty to the fans. But if they don't have that duty, then I'm very sorry to say that the IPL will continue to be plagued by these issues. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget to share and subscribe also. And we are also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you.